Good afternoon and happy Black History Month. Welcome to Black Market. My name is Kai Grant and I'm the principal of Afrikai LLC and the owner and chief curator of Black Market. My husband, Christopher Grant, is the owner and chief strategist of Black Market. He is the Belichick to my Brady. He's over here, the most handsome man in the camera. We would also like to welcome you to Nubian Square, a district that reflects creative strength and resilience in the heart of the city of Boston. Black Market launched as an emerging artisan marketplace, providing a platform for underserved local makers and creators that have global appeal in Nubian Square. Founded in 2017, the nascent pop-up market has evolved into a transformative community space where hundreds of thousands of dollars have been generated for micro businesses. Dozens of artists have showcased dynamic talents. Community activism and civic engagement thrive, and tens of thousands of patrons have passed through these very doors. Nubian Square is a state of Massachusetts designated arts and culture district and considered the heart of the Black community in Boston. It was once a vibrant commercial district, the most active shopping district outside of downtown Crossing, before urban renewal took over both neighborhoods in the 1960s. Downtown Crossing rebounded, but our beloved Roxbury Center district never recovered. But with the strength of our ancestors, we quote one of the greatest, Frederick Douglass, who has Roxbury roots and has lived in Massachusetts. The quote is, "We have to do with the past only as we can make it useful to the present and the future. We have to do with the past only as we can make it useful to the present and the future." Being the solution-oriented entrepreneurs we are, the Black Market team has led the district in efforts of rebranding and helping the 30,000 T-riders that come through Dudley Station to reimagine this district as a destination. Our mission is to reignite the creative economy, improving the quality of longtime residents, which are some of the state's most economically underserved, so that they can support local businesses that will be filling the Main Street storefronts in the next few years. With the proper investment and support, we are assisting the community in its reimagination of retail, while subsequently assisting in our community's reclamation of our economic identity and connectivity to its Afrocentric culture, tradition, and people. These initiatives drive and promote reunion and rethink the forced absence of our narrative in the state during a time of rapid gentrification and displacement. The Black Market concept was born out of this context of absence, of non-visibility and non-belonging, in the scope of a history of structural and institutional racism, which is why it is crucial that investment is made to uplift our struggling district, which represents over 25 nations around the globe. In today's retail landscape and in the world of Amazon, small businesses on the Main Street's front need investment, partnership, and support through resources, which is why we are here today. So with no further ado, I would like to present to you the Honorable Mayor Marty J. Walsh.
Let me, first of all, it's hard to follow Kai at the microphone, and I'm going to try. I don't know if I can do it well, but I want to thank you, and I want to thank you for hosting us today. I'm going to talk more about you in a minute. I want to just acknowledge a few folks that are in the room today. Obviously the Governor, Governor Charlie Baker, and Lieutenant Governor Karen Polito with us today. I want to thank you. Actually, we're with you today, so thank you very much. Secretary Keneally and the State Representative John Santiago, thank you, Representative, for all your great work. Mayor Dan Rivera from Lawrence, City of Lawrence is here. Thank you, Mayor. We spent a lot of time lately coming to Boston, so I appreciate it. Danny is an incredible mayor in Lawrence, and he's an incredible friend to the city of Boston in so many different ways. The city manager of Chelsea, Tom Ambrosino, is here with us as well. We're part of a coalition called the Mass Metro Mayors Coalition that does a lot of work around economic development, around housing, transportation, things like that. And two great leaders in the Commonwealth, thank you for being here. I want to thank John Barrows, Chief of Economic Development. And there's a lot of other people too. In the community, obviously, thank you very much. Thank you for being here with us today. I want to just take a moment to congratulate Kai and everyone here at Black Market on the 3rd year of operation here in Nubian Square in Roxbury. It's an incredible opportunity, an incredible addition to the community. And when Kai talked about the effects of urban renewal and what it did and how the business district never really took off after that and never got back, it's absolutely true. And quite honestly, when the Black Market opened 3 years ago, I came here on the 2nd day of it opened, and the people inside here, there were people out on the street, so many people here. And it's so important that not only do we support the Black Market, and this is for all the visitors in the room, come back to Nubian Square on any day of the week. Eat at one of our restaurants, shop in our stores, come to our neighborhoods. Make sure you do that because that's what makes a business district thriving. So we're asking people to please come back and do that. Black Market is filled with women-owned businesses, black-owned businesses, local-owned businesses. The people that set up shop in here are from the community. And eventually someday they're going to have their own line and their own website and all this stuff. They're going to be big, their own locations in places all across the country. And it starts right here, Commonwealth in the country. And it starts right here in this place, in this very special place. This is also a gathering location. If you look around, when I say this place, this actual, the brick and mortar here, it reflects everything that we love about this neighborhood. And I'm proud to see that Black Market is doing an incredibly well. I also want to make sure everyone's aware that we recently kicked off our 3rd annual Boston Black Restaurant Challenge. We're encouraging everyone to visit 4 Black-owned restaurants during the month of February. So you have plenty of time. There's still a month. It was February 19th, so we got a few more days on it. And I think this is leap year, so you get an extra day. So we can do that. And we have 70 businesses all across the city participating in this. And if you want to learn more about Boston's Black Restaurant Challenge, go on Facebook, you can find it. You know, at the core of who we are as a city and a Commonwealth, we often talk about the companies that get notoriety are the big companies. But it's our small local business and organizations is the way that we strengthen our community and add to our economy. The businesses that employ people, that put food on people's table, allow people to pay their rent and their mortgage, allow them to pay their car payments, allow them to pay school and education and opportunities. And that's something that we want to continue to push. We need to listen to the needs of the community and invest in things that will make the biggest impact. We need to make sure that we support our local community-driven programs because we rely on those programs to make our neighborhood strong. That's exactly what the Urban Agenda grants do. This year, one of the grants is going to a program right here in Roxbury. It's a collaboration between the City of Boston, 3 partners in the heart of Nubian Square, Black Market, Haley House, and the American City Coalition. The goals are wealth creation, small business support, bringing more foot traffic to a Main Street area, especially on the weekends to make sure that these businesses, these districts are booming. Another grantee is right up the street on Blue Hill Ave in Mattapan. The project is a collaboration between the City of Boston and the Action for Equity. It focuses on job training and career advancement for local residents. And that's something that is important for us to make sure that we're training and preparing our young people and people for the jobs that are happening right now. Actions for Equity is a proven track record of connecting people of color to good jobs in our community, and this grant will help them build on this success. And one of the things that most of you probably don't realize is they helped increasing the diversity hires at the Encore Casino, something that they got involved in right in the beginning to make sure that people had the opportunity to get opportunities to work at the good paying jobs at the casino. Both of these programs are going to help us reach some of our most impacted goals in the city of Boston. Creating more pathways into the middle class, something that families want to do. Supporting small and locally owned businesses, allowing people that opportunity into the middle class. And expanding economic opportunities for residents, so that we're not having a community that doesn't have opportunity and economic means to be able to be successful. Right now, the city of Boston is making historic investments in affordable housing, equity in education, and access to transportation. One of our partners in that is the state, and quite honestly, in the governor, lieutenant governor, and the legislature, to make sure that we're able to continue to create great things happening. We advance big priorities, and we recognize that one size doesn't always fit all. Sometimes we have to be creative. And I think in the last couple of weeks, we've been at 3 or 4 different announcements announcing special grants into housing developments and housing programs that we're able to do and expand housing. The legislature and the governor are working on transportation investments in infrastructure, and how do we continue to make those investments in the transportation system. And we need to be connected in all this, and the community needs to be a part of that as well to make sure we continue to make these advances. We recognize the importance of neighborhood level programs. They are in touch with history, culture, and the unique needs of community. These grants are going to support all the good work happening right here in our neighborhood. Kai mentioned a story in the 60s that wasn't a good story, didn't end well for a lot of this neighborhood. It's our chance right now to change the end of the story, because it's a book. And we can turn the page on the chapters that weren't necessarily good and create our own new chapters. And that's part of the opportunity here today. And I'm excited to be here today, and I'm excited to be with all our partners here in the room. And I also want to just thank, I'm bringing up the next speaker, I want to thank the next speaker for coming up here, because he's a person that, when he ran for governor 5 years ago now, almost 6 years ago, he didn't abandon and didn't leave any part of the city of Boston untouched. He came in as a candidate and worked these streets and worked hard. And as mayor, he's been in the city of Boston almost every single day, talking and announcing different opportunities for moving forward. And how do we move forward? Did I say it? As governor. As governor. I called you mayor? Sorry. I was reading Kai's notes about me. Sorry. As governor. He has more money than we do, so we gotta be nice to him. Right. Honestly, you know, in the last 3 weeks, this is I think our 4th event together, and all of those events have been really focusing and drilling down on opportunities for working people, whether it's creating housing or creating jobs or creating opportunities. That's what it's all about. And it's great to have a partner when you think about what's happening on a national scale, and you think about what's not happening in Washington and all the fighting going on where they can't even agree if they should repave a road. It's not a Democrat or Republican issue, it's an American issue. Here in Massachusetts, we're working to move the agendas forward and move our communities forward. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce to you the next mayor of the city of Boston.
I already know where to go from there. Let me start first of all, Kai, by thanking you for providing this opportunity for us to all gather in this very special place. And I do want to say that the reason the mayor and I have been together at a whole variety of events along with people on our team is because we are supporting many of the same community organizations on housing, economic development, workforce development, and other initiatives. And that is absolutely true today. The programs that we're announcing the support for today, there's about 23 of them, came out of the Urban Agenda program that we've been filing with the legislature every year since 2015. And by the way, to Representative Santiago and to any of the staff who represent any of the folks in the State House who work on the legislative side who might be here, I want to thank you for your continued support for that program. Those micro grants in many cases are big opportunities for people, and they make all sorts of things possible that simply wouldn't be without it. And just to get back to this thing about the mayor's comment about my job qualifications. Is anybody here from the Dudley Street Neighborhood Initiative? I know they've been a grantee in the past for this program. So I was visiting that program, and they took me on a walk around the neighborhood and showed me a bunch of the different properties that they developed. We also took a walk through the food market and the garden. The farm that they developed there. And as we were coming back up the street, we walked past a dry cleaner, and this woman looked out through the window, and she saw me. She said, "Oh, wow, can you?" So she comes bursting out the door. And by the way, the media is with me at this point, okay? She comes bursting out the door, and she says, "Mayor Walsh, I am such a big fan. It's so great to see you in my neighborhood." Said, "It's so nice to meet you." Folks in the press said, "How come you didn't tell her you were the governor?" I said, "I didn't want to spoil it." She wanted to meet the governor, the mayor. And you can see, looking at the two of us, why people would have that problem. These grants make a big difference for many great organizations, and the one the mayor mentioned specifically, which is the sort of co-led grant between Kai's organization and Haley House and TAC, is exactly the sort of grant that we believe can make a big difference. And you combine that with a lot of the transformational work we're doing with our colleagues in urban communities across the Commonwealth, and the fact that we've made absolutely sure in every single housing round and every single MassWorks round that we've had a significant opportunity to make investments in our cities in Massachusetts. It's all part of trying to make sure that we create positivity and opportunity in as many places in the Commonwealth as we possibly can. Mayor Rivera has been a terrific partner on a whole variety of issues. Tom has been, and the city of Chelsea has been a terrific partner. We are big, I'm a former local official, so is the Lieutenant Governor. We're big believers that at the end of the day, if we don't help our colleagues in local government be successful, we will never build a great Commonwealth. That's a huge part of what a great Commonwealth is. It's 351 communities that all feel they're heading in the right direction. And that's what today's announcements are about. Again, I want to thank the legislature for supporting this program. And I want to turn the mic over to someone who doesn't look like either the mayor or the governor.
That twin thing could come in handy, whether you want to blame or it works both ways. It is great to be here in this wonderful space and to be in this neighborhood, and I'm so happy to see many come from other parts of the Commonwealth. We've got Mayor Bernard from North Adams here, we've got Mayor Haro from Attleboro, former state representative, and we have communities from New Bedford and Barnstable here. So the whole Commonwealth comes to the Nubian neighborhood today, which is really exciting for us. I want to thank the mayor and his team for his leadership, and I also want to thank Housing and Economic Development team. Just raise your hands. We'd like to give you a little credit. Congratulations and thank you for your leadership in your respective community. I have had the opportunity, wonderful opportunity, to have visited all 351 cities and towns that make up our beautiful Commonwealth. Each one is unique. Each one has its own history and story, has its unique challenges and opportunities. And what I love about this program is that it's really a unique program because it's designed to invite your creativity and your ideas to help improve the conditions in a place in your community. I think the recognition from the governor in that there's no one size fits all. You know, what happens in Barnstable isn't necessarily the right thing for Lawrence. And we have to think much more creatively with all of you around a suburban strategy, a rural community strategy, a coastal strategy, and today we highlighted urban strategy. This is a wonderful collaboration at the same time. Had the opportunity to meet up with the folks from Springfield as an example. 4 different programs coming together to serve the whole family. So not just a woman looking to re-enter the workforce with Dress for Success, or a youth program to help connect more young people to skills in summer jobs or after-school jobs. All coming together, completing this application, competing for these dollars, and bringing home a little bit more so that you can strategize and help the families of your community. I think it's a learning opportunity as well for you to see what other urban areas are doing in their downtowns and main streets as part of this program. And I think it's also a reflection of how smart you've all become in terms of stacking up the various community grants that are available. I've seen some of you at collaborative workspace events, accelerator, micro business kind of events, and maybe rethinking how to reposition your storefronts in your downtown. I've seen some of you at housing events and or transit events. So we should think about what we're doing today around skill development, or treating a whole family, or reshaping your storefronts, and you add that into the transit improvements and bringing more housing options into a downtown or Main Street. When you put it all together, that's when you see revival, you see opportunity. And this is clearly what this represents today. So congratulations. Keep looking for these opportunities on our Community Compact Connector. So your municipal leaders will get push notifications when new grants are posted, so that you don't have to wonder, do they have a grant program here? Are there resources? Just connect up with the municipal leads and they will tell you when these grants are available, so you can collaborate with them and apply. I also want to say it's a real honor to work with Secretary Keneally, and before that, Secretary Jay Ash. The first economic development plan that we worked on with the legislature was called Opportunities for All, which literally gave birth to a program like this, an urban agenda program. Under our next economic development plan that's going to be filed with the legislature soon, we're featuring partnerships for growth. And clearly building on strong communities, working within our regions, and clearly working with our partners within the communities and regions of our Commonwealth to make it a better experience for all people. And so thank you for coming here physically today. I think, as the mayor said, there's lots of opportunities in this neighborhood to go enjoy yourself, find a good restaurant or a place to stop and do a little business or shopping here. I'd like to now turn it over to Secretary Keneally, who's going to talk a little bit more about our economic development plans. And with that, Secretary Keneally.
Thank you, Lieutenant Governor. I'm going to announce the award shortly, which means I have a short speech with 23 applause lines. Let me pick up on where the Lieutenant Governor left off on Partnerships for Growth. We love the title of that plan because it speaks to our ability, all of our ability, to work together to get important things done. You think about who's in the room today, folks from our administration, the legislature, municipal leaders, business leaders, community leaders, all working together to advance important objectives. And when you look at all the projects we're talking about funding today and the level of collaboration between each one of those, it's truly inspiring. Now, in our plan, we have 5 key principles that are going to drive the work over the next few years. And one of them is equitable opportunity. The notion that every community, every region, every citizen deserves their shot at growth and opportunity and success. It will be a key driver of our work over the next few years. And it really is the rationale for the Urban Agenda program. And it's wonderful to be here today. I do want to make note of the fact that in this particular round of the Urban Agenda program, we prioritize funding for applications that propose implementation of projects that address the recommendations of the Black Advisory Commission and the Latino Advisory Commission established by the Governor in 2017. So these are wonderful projects, and it's great to be here. So, with no further ado, let me announce the winners. First, $50,000 to the City of Attleboro for a small business development project in downtown Attleboro. And the mayor. $100,000 to Cape Cod Culinary for a workforce development project for at-risk youth in Barnstable. $100,000 to Action for Equity for a workforce development project in Mattapan. $100,000 to the American City Coalition for a small business development project right here in Roxbury. $60,000 to the City of Brockton for a workforce development project in Brockton. $100,000 to the Chelsea Collaborative for a workforce development project in Chelsea. I will say I had a great visit in Chelsea last month. Yes, I toured the TDI district and a lot of great things happening there, so good to see you. $100,000 to Shared Service Alliance for a workforce development project in Everett. $60,000 to the Bristol Chamber of Commerce for a small business development project in Fall River. $100,000 to the Montechusett Opportunity Council for a workforce development project for youth in Fitchburg. $70,000 to Greenfield Community College for a small business development project in Greenfield. $95,000 to the City of Haverhill for a job placement program in Haverhill. $100,000 to E for All Holyoke for a small business development project in Holyoke. $100,000 for Lawrence Community Works for a workforce development project in Lawrence. Let's see, $100,000 for the City of Lowell workforce training and health intervention project in Lowell. $95,000 for E for All Lynn for a small business development project in Lynn. $100,000 for a Community Economic Development Center of Southeastern Massachusetts for a small business development project in New Bedford. $75,000 to the City of North Adams for a wayfinding study in North Adams. $95,000 to Central Berkshire Habitat for Humanity for a workforce development and employer research project in Pittsfield. $95,000 to the neighborhood developers for a workforce development and small business support project in Revere. $100,000 to the North Shore Community Development Corporation for a small business development project in Salem. $100,000 to the New North Citizens Council for a workforce development project in the north end of Springfield. And finally, $95,000 to the Maine South Community Development Corporation for a small business development project in the Maine South TDI district at Worcester. Well, congratulations to all these successful applicants and your partner organizations. Congratulations, great work. I'd like to bring Kai back up, as well as Christine Aruju. I think it is. Sorry, and being broader, talking about their project. Thank you.
I told the secretary not to try to pronounce that name. Hi, I'm Christina Rounder from the American City Coalition. Our offices are upstairs, and thank you for this grant. We really appreciate the money and the investment and the thought that went into you funding projects in our community. Governor, Lieutenant Governor, we know you've been in the community a lot. I've seen you at the listening session, at the Dillaway Thomas House. That was a great event. And the announcement of the NAACP event here next summer. So we're really glad to see you. And of course, Mayor Walsh, It's always a pleasure to walk with you around the community. You know, there are a couple of people I'd like to really acknowledge today. I'd really like to acknowledge Joe Corcoran. TAC is a privately funded 501c3. And Joe is the visionary behind this organization. He started this organization in 1994 with really the intention that a lot of thought go into how we as a group can look at issues that face Roxbury and can look at gaps and look at opportunities and work to filling those gaps and opportunities. We bring not only the value of our staff, but we hire consultants to help us do that. And this is all because of Joe. And so I'd like everybody to give him a round of applause. He's sitting very modestly in the front row. And that's Michael next to him, who also is on the board of tax board. TAC is in the process of concluding a market analysis for Nubian Square. And really, Governor, Mayor, Lieutenant Governor, as we looked at all the stats, it looks very much like a gateway city. And all the strategies that you have funded today, workforce development, micro-enterprise, community building, those are all strategies that every gateway city uses to help them grow, help them expand. And we are thankful for that, because these are all the steps that are necessary to make a community vibrant and functional. Last year, we as TAC were involved in trying to get some marketing done for Dudley Square. And I think at Nubian Square, at that time Dudley Square, we do have flyers that we hope you will take that list all the community events for the next 2 months. We have a map which we hope you will also take so that you can know where the businesses are, where the restaurants are, and really take a walk around our community. So thank you.
Thanks, Christine. I'm Big Broderick from Haley House, and on behalf of everyone at Haley House, I want to express our excitement and our gratitude, our excitement to work with all of our partners on this, and our gratitude for the opportunity. And we've just recently reopened the doors. We're very excited to welcome everyone back in through our doors. So if you haven't been, please come by. Thank you very much.
I think this is a very, very exciting time that we have strong collaboration in regards to such an important neighborhood. And I'm also inclusive of those other neighborhoods that receive the investment as well. But this is the time that we have to not just celebrate external investment, but really highlight internal investment and giving the resources into the hands of those entrepreneurs, founders and dreamers, so that they can have an opportunity to change their own neighborhood. That is the narrative of Black Market, that you give us the tools and we can, if we have the resources, and we create our own opportunities for resources, we can then use it as a springboard for self-sufficiency. Because I think that's what's missing nowadays, is that the power really comes from the ground up. And as longtime residents in Roxbury with 100 years of roots here, it was of the utmost importance for my husband to take the baton and assist and create opportunities for others to reimagine what they can do. So we are appreciative of the seed that we received. We are also appreciative of our partners that we continue to do the work here on the ground, and it continue to grow for posterity's sake. This is not about us. This is for generations to come. So thank you so much.
Next, Representative Santiago.
Good afternoon, everyone. How's everyone doing in Vivian Square? I'll be very, very brief. I just want to congratulate all the winners, and I especially want to congratulate the 3 local winners that in the district that I happen to represent. Black Market, TAC, and Haley House. It really is an honor to represent you in the State House, although I've only been there for a year. Let me just say that I love this city. I love this neighborhood. I grew up in Roxbury, Roosevelt, and Humboldt, not too far from here. I live just 4 or 5 blocks from here. And I don't know if you know this, but every morning, most mornings, I do a jog around the district and actually come up Washington. And over the last several years, you'll see business pop up here and there, and it gives me inspiration of what this place can be. And in fact, last week, Friday, I took a trip around here with Richard, and I think he was over here somewhere. There he is, Richard Taylor. It was a little tour, and he talked about the future and what he wants this place to become, and I was inspired. A place really dedicated to preserving Black culture, with Black businesses, serving the community. And you can count me as a partner as long as I'm around. And I look forward to partnering with you and learning from you all. So thank you for the invitation. And congratulations again to all the grantees.
Thank you, Representative. That concludes our program today. Congratulations to all the awardees.